Skelton Show with guest star Dan Blocker. And featuring George Appleby. David Rose and his orchestra. Tonight's silent spot, Red Skelton as the barber. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Red Skelton.
Thank you very much, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I feel good tonight. You know, I was coming in the stage door, and there was a little lady out there. She says, "You probably don't remember me. I met you at NBC up at Sunset and Vine years ago at the old NBC studios, and you said at the time I was getting autographs, and you said, someday I'll be a big star, and you'll ask for my autograph." And I says, "Yeah?" He says, "I'm still waiting." I was up on Hollywood Boulevard the other day. I haven't been up there for a long time. Have you seen Hollywood Boulevard lately? Looks like Tijuana during the Depression. I went up to see the names on the sidewalk. They got all the stars' names there. And you know, it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, people walking on your name, kids spilling ice cream on them, dogs. There was one... There was a cat trying to bury my name. I remember when I first came out to Hollywood at MGM, they gave me a dressing room there that said star on the door. I thought it said star until I put my glasses on. It said stairs. And the stars that they used to have in pictures, like Wally Berry. You remember Wally Berry? I was with Wally one day, and he always would say, "Oh, now look here, men," and he'd spit, you know. One day I said to him, I said, "Would you mind turn your direction a little windward?" He says, "I'm giving it everything I got." I says, "And I'm getting most of it." But theaters have changed nowadays. Theaters have changed. Now, the prices they get, $3 to see a movie. There was a girl walked up to the box office and saw a sign that said servicemen, $1. She says, "I'll have 2 sailors and a Marine." Hey, our guest star tonight is Dan Blocker, who is Hoss Cartwright on Bonanza. You know, he's a big fella, you know. You know that he's big enough to apply for statehood? When he was born, he was so big that 3 storks dropped dead from exertion. But you know, when it comes to a physique, I got it all over him. Of course, if my girdle pops, I'm going to have it all over everybody in here. You know what I get a big kick out of, though? Are those old-time cowboys in pictures that they use. There's one cowboy on location. He says to his buddy, he says, "Hey, up at the motel," he says, "I just found 3 beautiful women up in my room." The other guy says, "What are you going to do?" He says, "Keep my mouth shut." One old cowboy actor walked up to the director and he says, "I want a part that I can get my teeth into." The director says, "Fine, you got them with you?" Hey, talking about Western pictures, they don't make as many as they used to. As a matter of fact, over in the unemployment line the other day, there were 2 seagulls talking. And 2 horses talking. 2 horses were talking. One horse says to the other, he says, "You know, we're in trouble." He says, "We are?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "First we hear seagulls talking, now it's us." No, he says they're not making as many cowboy pictures as they used to, so it looks like I'm going back to plowing. The other horse says, "That's going to be kind of tough, isn't it?" He says, "No. After carrying Hoss Cartwright around for 4 years, it's going to be like a rescuer." But you know, speaking of movies, you know what I get a big kick out of is watching The Late Show and watch the old-time actors. I mean, the guys, they really had finesse, especially in their dying scenes. Every guy had his own technique. Now, give me my chair. For instance, Edward G. Robinson, all the pictures he ever got shot in, he never knew he was hit. Now, look, you. Now, you're going to listen to me, understand? I'm your chief. I'm the leader. What are you looking at? Remember, you take orders from me. I'll be back in about an hour. Then you had Errol Flynn and Stuart Granger, those type. They playing cowboy parts in pictures. Two Englishmen playing cowboys, see? These type. Who did that? Next they had the greatest of them all was Walter Brennan. Walter Brennan. He always got shot walking away from the guy with the gun. But the guy had his own technique was George Raft. He always died very slowly, tossing a coin. But my favorite, who was really an individualist, was James Cagney. No matter how many times he got shot in a picture, he always got to where he was heading. All right, you dirty rats. Hello, Ma. Am I late for dinner?
Dan Blocker and George Appleby in A True Friend.
Boy, it's certainly repulsive to reminisce. Well, let's see what they have to say about George in our Burbank High School yearbook. Sexiest lover of Burbank? Well, the first letter of each word describes him. S-L-O-B.
Did you call me?
What do you think you're doing, fathead?
What do you mean, fathead? You won't call me that once this thing catches on. It's my new invention. It's for indoor fishing.
Well, you're not going to fish in my living room. And where did all those fish come from?
I got them from a loan shark.
George, you better shape up or you're going to get a loan on my fist.
Oh, boy, what a pain in the neck.
What'd you say?
I hear it rained in Great Neck.
George, what happened to you since high school? You used to be such a takeover guy, so sweet and tender. Now you don't even open the car door for me. You don't remember my birthday. What is it, George? Surely it isn't because you don't love me anymore, is it? Did you hear me? You do love me, don't you, George?
Yeah. I love you. Who couldn't love a sweet little tender thing like you?
I wonder who that is.
Oh, I don't know. It's probably the Boston Strangler inviting you for a choke practice.
Hello? For heaven's sake, it's Little Willie, George.
Little Willie?
Yes, from high school. You remember. Oh, Willie, how nice to... Well, of course you can come over. Come over for dinner. Well, shit. Oh, you're on eucalyptus? Well, we're on maple, you see. Now, you drive to Elm and then to Sycamore, and you turn right to Birch. You got that? Then it becomes Pine, then right on Maple, and we're on the corner of Maple and Weeping Willow.
You know, unless that guy's a lumberjack, he ain't gonna find this place.
George, I'm so excited. Yeah. Little Willie used to be one of my boyfriends from high school,
really?
You know? Oh, yes. I really could have gone for him, you know, but he was too short. Yeah, every time he hugged me, I had to take his word for it.
Well, that's better than looking you in the face.
What'd you say?
Huh?
What did you say?
I hear it rained in Great Neck.
So glad that Willie's coming over. Because then maybe I can get George jealous, and then he won't take me so much for granted. Oh, that must be Little Willie. Get it, George.
Be Little Willie. like a tether pole for the Jolly Green Giant.
Ah, George and Clara, I'll bring you some flowers.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Willie. Where did you get them?
Hers hit a bump out front.
Willie, for heaven's sake, what happened to you?
Oh, I'm sorry for how I look, George. I smoked when I was young and stunted my growth.
Now listen, Willie, why don't you sit down next to me here on the sofa?
Thank you.
Yeah, sit over closer this way. We just had the sofa upholstered with concrete. Well, they ought to tear this guy down and make an office building there, you know?
Gee, Clara, you don't look a day older than you did when we were in high school.
Yeah. She looks 50 years older.
What did you say?
I says, I hear it rain in Great Neck.
Yeah. Remember the livery stable you used to live over?
Oh, and you lived under us.
Yeah.
Oh, and remember how you used to whistle for the dog?
Yeah, and you'd come running out. Remember in school, during the exams, you used to look over my shoulder for the answers?
Yeah. And then we both flunked.
Yeah.
Those were the good old days.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah, the
just
nights
like
weren't
it
bad
used to
either.
be. It's just like old times, Willie. Us sitting here on the couch together.
Thank you, George.
Side by side. Thank you, George.
I've always wanted to take my boots off and run barefoot through your hair.
Well, you should enjoy that. It's like devil grass. You know?
What did you say?
I say I hear it rain in Great Neck.
For heaven's sake, Willie, control yourself. I'm a married woman.
Yeah, now you hold on. You're about the biggest dirty old man I've ever seen.
But please, George, please.
Yeah, you're getting all mixed up. You're putting the cart right before the horse.
Really, it's perfectly innocent, George. I didn't mean it. Don't hit me, please,
I'll
George.
hit you on top of the head so hard you'll need holes in your socks to stick your tongue out.
I was just having a little fun, George, like Joe Namath.
That innocent, huh?
That innocent.
You've gone too far. Now you get out of here before I make you fall through a hole in the seat of your pants and hang yourself.
Oh, I'm so sorry, George. I'm so sorry. I guess that means that dinner's canceled.
Dinner's canceled. Out.
Yes.
Out. Out. And you, out to the kitchen. Out to the kitchen. Get me a beer and be quick about
Oh,
it.
yes, George, yes, anything you say, George. Oh, my hero.
What did you say?
It rained in Great Neck.
Hey, Willie. Willie, It worked. It worked. She went through it. She really thinks
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
tough
now.
enough. Here, and once I make a little bet with anybody to help me out, I pay off.
yeah,
I
well.
pay off.
And I pay off, too.
Hey, I think it's raining in Great Neck.
And now the silent spot. Red Skelton as the barber. Here he is again, Red Skelton.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our sponsors and the staff, may I thank you for allowing me to be a part of your evening. So until next week, I'll say goodbye for now. Good health to you, and may God bless. Good night.